I'm here live for the hour. I'm doing some readings for you all. It's been a couple of weeks. I wasn't well for a week or so. A lot of us haven't been. I'm still finding I'm sleeping a lot, but I do like to do this. I'm getting very deep into my own work and processing. I'm really making the most of the Mercury retrograde that we just had to do some self exploration, but it's nice to get on here and read every couple of weeks for whoever wants to. So if this is your first time joining me for this, instead of having a whole long half-hour or hour session with me, as some people do, you might just have one question, two questions, and so just drop them in the comments section there. I'll get to them in the order I can. I'll go in order. I'll get to as many people as I can. And the intention of that is to get some of these concerns and worries off your mind. And the way I see it is, the more unencumbered our emotional bandwidth, our governing vessel is, the better we feel. I'm writing all about this at the moment. I'll be doing a lot of work on that today, and the mental body is a huge part of that. The mental body is where we have questions, and when we don't have a question, we're more in the connection of union, communion, inner communication. Good things happen. Okay, so just before we get started here, a few weeks ago I was sharing with some of you that I made one New Year's resolution this year for 2023, just one, and that was to stop using the expression "no worries." No worries. One person makes a request of another person can't meet it or doesn't want it, the response is no worries, right? Or however it comes. And let me explain where I'm coming from with this. We say it to, I think, insulate ourselves against rejection, or so maybe we don't come across as needy or intense or anything like that, or we want to project nonchalance, a relaxed demeanor, and so on. But you see, my issue is with that. It's just two words, no worries. But my issue with that as a turn of phrase is, it dilutes the actual care that one has when one asks something of someone else, or presents or offers. It dilutes that care. It's not worry, it's care. And if you're going to disperse or dilute the gesture, then what are you saying with no worries? You're saying, well, it didn't matter in the first place, and that's not true. It's not true. It did matter. Another thing is, to say no worries, it invites the energy of worry. It invites separation, and that is a cloudy energy, as I'm coming to see. And to say no worries, well, it's not really true, is it? It's not true. And so how I balance that equation is, well, what are we actually looking for to say something like that? We're looking for detachment, but we're looking for actual detachment, not forced detachment. And so what is actual detachment? Detachment is love, right? So if one person asks or offers something to a second person, the second person doesn't want it or can't give it, the first person, instead of saying no worries, we can say sure thing. We can say thank you. We can say enjoy. We can say maybe next time. We can offer a bigger energy to it. That's where I'm coming from with it. And for me, as New Year's resolution, I want to not be doing things that are autopilot, lazy energy. I want to be doing things in a more expanded energy. That's where I'm coming from in it. All right. So enough from me. I'm gonna go have a look and see what questions we got here. I'm gonna go in order with whatever we've got. All right. So, oops. So we got Angie there. Whoop. Here we go. Angie, starting a new job on Monday. What do you need to know for your greater good? Okay. Okay. First thing I want to pass on to you, Angie, is you are leaving. Behind you. You've dropped the bags of miscommunication and agitated and anxious misunderstandings. You've dropped those bags, okay, and you're walking on without them. And I like that you say for your highest good. You want to know this, what are you needing to know for your highest good? So that is in your past, okay. The slight concern I have looking at this is that it's familiar to you. That doesn't mean it's in your future, it's in your past. All right, we only know what's backwards, but you're not going backwards, you're going forwards. Right now, the second thing is you are starting a whole new cycle. Now, we got the card of the Fool. Great card, okay. We can't with the energy of the Fool. It's not about being foolish. It's about we don't make mistakes in that energy. We don't make mistakes when we're just starting something. So I want to say to you, relax. You are taking on quite a bit with this new job. I can see that, but you can handle it. You got this. I see you earning a bit more. I see you becoming more stable in general. Okay. So what do you need to know for your highest good? You got this. You're going in the right direction, and you are becoming more stable overall. But you are going forwards. You're not going backwards. What you've experienced in the past, although it's still kind of, gripping at you and so on, it's not what is coming. It's not your future. It is behind you. Okay. Barbara, there are some issues, but at peace with your manager at work. Do you need to get another job soon, or stay where you are for a while? Okay, it's quite clear. It's quite clear. Stay where you are. Stay where you are for a while, Barbara. I will say, if you were to look for another job, there is one, and actually one I feel that you would be paid a bit more. But I see things getting better where you are, and that you have really sort of good few years. Not many, but a good few years in this position if you want it. So my recommendation for what I'm looking at here is to stay where you are, even though there is another opportunity if you were to look for it. Okay, Tracy, the travel go as scheduled tomorrow. Yes. Yep. Looking great. I'm just going to show you so you don't, I'm not just humoring you. Looks great, Tracy. I'll travel tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, by the way. Be missing you. All right. Mona. I'm missing you as well, Mona. I'm still between jobs, applying to a few I'm excited about. Have heard nothing from any of them. What should you do to keep the ball moving? Okay. Okay. So there's a lot in your question, Mona. I'm just going to get to it as succinctly as I can. Number one, I'm not one to preach on this, but all I can say is don't worry. You're going to get there. You have everything. You have what you need. You're not going to run out. You're being a little bit stretched here, but you're going to get. You're going to get there. You're not going to run out of money. You're not going to be at loss or anything like that. The second thing, and I'm saying this because I'm seeing it, and it's obviously what you think I would say here, but you are being guided to where you need to get to. Sometimes frustratingly, we've got to, as it were, throw our oars out of the boat and let ourselves be taken. And you could say as much to me about surrender as I could say to you, but I think you know that we don't get to that point until we get really frustrated and say, "Oh, I give up." Of course, we're not giving up, but we're giving up sole responsibility to something greater. Okay, so that's the mission here. That's the ball to keep rolling. Number three. You've put out a lot of energy. We can't put out energy or anything in this world without it coming back to us. And so there are going to be some things coming back to you. And so the exercise here, Mona, is about feminine energy rather than masculine. And masculine is easier, isn't it? We're wired that way. We make, we think, we do, we make, we think. So to keep the ball is bigger than sending out resumes. The ball is the momentum of momentum. And so would you to keep that moving, the next task at hand is actually to move the frustration and some of the worries, and not sort of clench your teeth over it and pretend it's not there and push it aside, but actually to let yourself feel it and let it move. And we can talk about that over the next week, because I want to see you, obviously. So to keep the ball moving, it's more than sending out resumes and applications. It's the momentum of the momentum of stepping into a new place for yourself. And there's some inner work to do as well. There's inner work to do because things aren't happening right now on the outer. Okay. There's cool questions about jobs today. Yeah. Okay, Cindy. So you need a job next week. Did you make the right move? You did make the right choice. Excuse me. You did make the right choice, Cindy. You absolutely did. Yes, I'm sorry that took me a while. I just wanted to tune in and so on, but you did, and you have made the right choice. Okay. Natasha. If you were to file a small claim against manager for damages caused, how would that turn out? Okay. Natasha, I've just looked at both sides of this, doing it, not doing it, and to do it, it looks pretty good. There's another way round this. I'm not saying don't do it. That actually does look pretty good. The outcome does look pretty good. There is another way too, though. Let me put it to you like this, because we spoke recently. The foundation card, the root card of filing a small claim, it's the Eight of Swords. Now, any of you listening, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but we did talk about this recently. All I'm saying is it comes from a place of confinement, right? Good outcome, but I question whether it is the best thing for you to do. I'm just taking through my thought process. I'm not saying don't do it. Actually looks pretty good. But if you can start with a conversation first and see what can get resolved that way, I like it. It just feels bigger. If you're not there, if you don't want to, if you're just not up to it, if you're past that point in yourself, then fine. I'm just sharing what I'm seeing here. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Nikki. How are things going work for our team? For the most part, I'd say really well. In fact, no, I'm going to say really well. I'm not going to say for the most part. I see that things have picked up a lot. There's a lot more going on, maybe a lot more work. How this is getting shown to me is a lot more thinking, and maybe people have been a little too busy or busy with their own lives, but it's coming from somewhere. Anyway, the answer to your question is how things are going for your team. Really well, really well. In terms of your team, I would say really well. So, and if you're questioning yourself, as leader and so on, please don't. You come across here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for you, but here you are. You come across here very strong, clear in direction, and the team seems happy. Just telling you what I'm seeing. Misty. By the way, I heard I'm missing you by a day when I come next month. I'm sorry about that. I would have liked to have. Apply for a huge. Okay. I've got to say, both look pretty good. There is I'll say two things. There is a something better, believe it or not, and yet this big thing. I can even give you the perfect analogy. I'm literally looking at it. So, for what it's worth, the foundation card is the Ace of Cups here. But there we are. Big. It's taking up the whole card, isn't it? Big card. And yet, look, here is you holding it. If that's making sense, I hope it's making sense. So something that seems big, actually, once you get your hands on it, is very manageable, very pliable. And I like how that's coming out. So I don't see a wrong choice here. And also the analogy, it's not lost on me. A bird in the hand, as they say, is worth two in the bush. So this is an opportunity. And when we step up for these things, Misty, we step up for everything. And so in a way, if you get near it and you realize you don't want to do it, brilliant, you stepped up. If you go for it and don't get it, brilliant, you stepped up, and there is another great opportunity on the way. So you can't go wrong here. And life is, as you know, not always like that. So, Tracy, all right, I'm just want to. You've asked a question that is a bit too broad for what I can do here. I'll just put a couple of cards down. You know, um, I do see this as a good year for you. One little caveat is that um, the more you're going to get more connected, or whatever it is we get connected with yourself, greater self, whatever it is, you're going to get more connected to that. You're going to be listening more, and that is going to bring things up more. Um, that's not going to be a sign of things to come. That's more like the last part of a particular trauma leaving you. Okay, and I think that's a good thing. I don't know if you're in relationship or not, but I certainly see companionship energy around you, masculine energy around you. So I would say a good year for you, a successful year for you. Um, yeah, there's some challenge in there, but it's coming out. It's not going in. It's not joining you. It's leaving you, and it's a function of you becoming more connected. So for me, a good year for you. Um, Oops, indeed. There we go. And hello from Kentucky. I'm sort of past the point that I'm doing general readings, but maybe I'll make this the last exemption I do tonight. I'm saying that because the request for a general reading, it's what the answer can come through is constricted because it's general, right? The more specific a question is, the more energy can come to it. That's why. All right. So, Cindy, for you, what I'm seeing here is all about they say the devil is in the details. I'm sure there's a higher vibrational way of saying that, but it's for one, I've got the Ace of Swords here, which is about discernment. So important, so important. You get involved with new agey stuff, like I guess this is like, oh, we don't like fear. We don't like fear. Fear is an energy. Lust is an energy. All these things are energy, and they can be changed into different versions of themselves. I think like a battery, right? Which I can maybe have the same battery. I could put a battery in my iPad. I could put a battery in my phone. I could put a battery in my speaker. It's an energy, okay? And so when you are in a state of being that you don't like, stop using that energy for what it's being used for, which is bringing you down. Go clean something, go outside, okay? Use it as a fuel, see it as a fuel, okay? Once you've done that, then you can then go back to your work, or go back to what you're creating, or go back to a conversation. Try not to bring fear and concern into the things you like, but understand that what is driving a fear is energy, and not wacky woo woo energy, but literally the energy that makes stuff happen. And you need to change the state of it before you bring it back into the parts of your life that you want. Okay. And I'm saying this, one, because I'm seeing it, but also you are, as it were, planting seeds, not just for 2023, but for the next 2 years. Okay, quite a long time to come. And so, the clearer that you are, the clearer the vibration that you are creating with, the more will come from it, and the longer trajectory will come from it as well. Okay. Okay. interest man contacting you soon. Okay, so Anne, I don't hear what I'm trying to say this. I don't see him contacting you soon. That doesn't mean there isn't a love interest there. It means the focus right now is on you becoming you. I feel there's a greater gift to you in this for right now. Um, I'm not saying this is you. I'm not saying this is you. Sometimes we can think that we only become complete with someone, right? And ideally, it should work the other way around. We get as become as complete as we can be, and bring that to someone, and a co-creation happens, a relationship. And I'm seeing that this is a period of time, whether it's a day, whether it's a month, and I'm not looking at what soon means, by the way. It doesn't feel soon to me, but I'm not looking at what that means. It's time for you to get in touch with you, and not in a quiet, passive way, but in quite an explosive way. Um, I really feel you need not to have a man around right now. I really feel that. Um, and much as I absolutely wish a relationship and all kinds of happiness for you to come, right now you need you. And I'm going to move on now. Okay, Pamela. Go to surgery on Monday. Oh, need some more surgery after that. Hope you're finally on the way to having better health. Okay, Pamela, I don't see a question, but you will be in my thoughts on Monday. Monday is the 30th. Please write me, let me know what time you're going in. Love to hold some space for you, and thank you for letting me know. Emily. Beginning to apply for new jobs and being off. Well done, well done. Is applying for jobs in the golf industry still something we should do? Great question. I get a yes on that, a big yes. A big yes. It's really similar to, it's slightly similar to what I was saying to Misty, that it's so important to go for what we want. So go for what we want. There's a far bigger statement being made to ourselves there. I do think there's a job for you in the golf industry, Emily. But yes, do go for it. Hello, Crystal. Amber. And it's so weird. I was thinking of you, I think, just earlier on this morning, for some reason. He met, befriended a gentleman in Rossiter, a single father figure to his 4 grandchildren, helping in every way we can. Is there something we can further help him with, focus more on? You know, I say yes, there is more. If you choose, and if it feels right. I feel either or both of you and your husband Amber could, if you're not ready, but I'm saying what I'm seeing here. If you're not ready, being involved with these 4 children is supporting him. That is the support, actually being involved with them, getting to know them, expanding their horizons and community and interactions and fields of input and so on. That's helping. That's helping him. That's supporting him. That's helping him. Okay. Right, Crystal. Right. Right. Okay, Crystal. When we, and I'm literally like me as well, me, you, we. When we start getting constricted, start getting deflated, start getting despondent. Okay. If you could see the I don't know, petals of energy, they're kind of closing in, but we also return back to that bud state, tightly wound together. And I'm seeing in a way that you're hurting a little bit, feeling a little disempowered, feeling a little confused. Okay, that's not your totality. That's just what I'm getting shown here. Why is that happening? Why is that happening? It's actually getting activated. You know, when we feel constricted, we feel like we're doing something wrong, we're not getting something right. I don't see that's the case here. There's something getting activated, and just like when we pass wind and then we smell it. Sorry, I'm from Britain. But it's something coming out, going in. So what the guidance I'm getting for you is actually the opposite. Do the opposite. This stand up, be recognized. I'm not saying go and do something like this and get on Facebook and throw pieces of paper around, but stand up, right? Stand up. Shoulders back. In fact, I think that's a good exercise for you. Get the shoulders back, stand up. A lot happens with our energy field when we send the shoulders back. It's why chiropractors have us do it so much. But stand up, be recognized for your skills, your abilities, your tenacity, your patience, your ability to listen. Okay, these things, because people want, need, and go to you for those things. Like, it's a value to them. Like, if you don't think, if your sense of value for yourself is diminished at the moment, please know that is not how others people see you. So stand up, see yourself like they do. Okay, it's going to help to move this activation along. Okay. There's me saying I wasn't doing general readings. All right, Chris, because it's you, this is going to be my last general reading of tonight, because it's you. Right. So, Chris, what I'm getting here is your sense of perspective on life and yourself is getting moved around. You know the image I'm getting. I don't know if you ever maybe went up to an old castle ruin or up a high place, and there are those telescopes you can put a coin in and have a look around. And then when you actually do that and you go and have a look, you're not actually sure of where you're looking because you're just not used to seeing things close up like that. And it's almost like you're seeing through a lens, but it's getting moved around and so on. So the operative question is, how do you still that? How do you know? How do you get a sense of what truth is? Knowing that truth is a movable feast. Well, what I'm getting shown here is you stop, you still. When you're still, you see what else becomes still around you. The stuff that keeps moving is not truth, or not your truth in the moment. Also, things come into focus, things come into clarity. Second is to, sometimes we're taught not to question. I don't see that here. Do question your beliefs. Beliefs are supposed to change. Question beliefs like, is this true for me? Is it really true for me? Do I want this? Do I not want this? What am I without it? What am I with it? Question. Why? Questions are often can be separating. Sometimes they can be grounding. Sometimes they can be help us come into our body, which is what I feel needs to happen for you. A little bit of a dark night of the soul, but we remember that it's just a night, as it were. It's a transient and temporary thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I do not see any more questions. So I will say good night to you all. Thank you for joining me. I am giving Healing Current on Thursday. That's 2 days' time. If you'd like to join for that, because I'm doing that for my membership group, but I like to open up Healing Current. If you'd like to join that, just message me. I'll send you the Zoom link. I don't give Healing Current on Facebook. It's not the right energy for it. I wish I'd just close. Just any of you that are still with me, take a breath, please. Just take a breath. We're going to just offer a prayer through our breath. For those people out there having a challenging time, a challenging week, for those people out there in war-torn areas, for those people out there with challenging weather and turbulence, we take a breath for them. We take a breath. This opens up solutions. This opens up possibilities. This opens up support. As we do this, we open up channels of support for ourselves as well, because we all are connected. Okay. With that, have a wonderful week. God bless. I will see you again soon.